Ever feel like your job is just a giant to-do list you can never quite finish? We've all been there. But today, we're going to flip that whole perspective on its head. We're going to look at how to go from just being a doer of tasks to being a real strategic contributor by seeing your role as a key part of a living, breathing system. Let's dive in. So, here's our game plan. We're going to start with the basics, like what a job even is. Then, we'll get into decoding your personal blueprint. Yep, your job description. From there, we'll zoom way out to see the whole workplace ecosystem and finally figure out exactly where you fit into that big picture. All right, first up, what exactly is a job? I mean, it's the fundamental building block of our professional lives, right? So let's make sure we're all on the same page about what we're really talking about. No, seriously, let's think about it. What is a job really? It's way more than just a title or a way to get a paycheck. At its absolute core, every single job exists for one simple reason: to solve a problem. Okay, so here's the formal definition. A job is a collection of tasks that serves a defined purpose. And that phrase right there, that's the key. Your role isn't just a random collection of things to do. It was created specifically to solve a problem or fill a need for the company. Let's look at it this way, right? An accountant isn't just crunching numbers, they're solving the problem of financial chaos. A software developer isn't just writing code, they're solving the problem of how to build the company's future. Every role is a piece of a much, much bigger puzzle.
So, if your job has a purpose, how is that purpose actually laid out? Well, that brings us perfectly to our next section: decoding your professional blueprint. You might know it by its other name, the job description.
You know, if you're going to build a house, you need a blueprint. It's the same thing at work. Your job description is the blueprint for your role. And it's not just some boring list of duties. It's literally a roadmap that shows you what success is supposed to look like. And every blueprint has a few key parts, right? You've got the title and summary. That's who you are at a glance. The reporting structure tells you where you fit in. The responsibilities are the what you do. And the qualifications, well, that's the what you need to get it all done. Now, that blueprint calls for two different types of skills. You've got your hard skills. These are the technical things, like being able to code in Python or do graphic design. But then you have the soft skills: communication, teamwork, problem solving. These are just as crucial because they're what let you actually use those hard skills effectively with other human beings. And listen, here's why this is so important. Your job description isn't some dusty document you read once and then forget about. No way. It's a living document. It's what the company uses to hire you, to train you, to review your performance, and ultimately, to help you grow your career. Okay, so now we get the individual blueprint. We understand our own little corner of the world. It's time for the final zoom out. Let's look at the entire workplace ecosystem and see how all of these different blueprints fit together to build something amazing. I absolutely love this analogy. Think about it. A company isn't a machine. It's more like a living organism. Each department, sales, marketing, engineering, is like an organ with a very specific job, and they all have to work together perfectly for the whole thing to survive and thrive. And you can look at this organism in two ways. There's the vertical axis, that's the classic org chart, the hierarchy of who reports to whom. But the horizontal axis, that's where the real action is. That's the collaboration across all those different departments that actually gets work done. Let's make this super clear with a quick story. Launching a new product. First, the product and research teams come up with the brilliant idea. Then, they pass the baton to marketing and finance to build the strategy and the budget. Next up, sales and operations execute the plan. They sell it and deliver it. And finally, IT and customer service are there to support it after launch. See what I mean? It's like a relay race. No single department can do it all alone. So, if the whole company is one big relay race, how do you figure out your part in it? Well, in this final section, we're going to do just that. We're going to connect all the dots. I want you to start by asking yourself this simple question. Who depends on my work? Think of them as your internal customers. Which of your colleagues or what other departments are waiting on you to finish something so they can start their part of the race? And now, let's flip it around. Whose work do you depend on? Who are your internal suppliers? Which teams are passing the baton to you? Who gives you the info or the resources you need to do your job well? You see, once you start mapping out these connections, you realize something huge. Nothing you do happens in a vacuum. Every single action, whether it's a missed deadline or a brilliant idea, it creates a ripple effect that travels across the entire company.
And that, right there, is the heart of it all. Understanding that bigger picture, that whole ecosystem, that's what transforms you from someone just doing tasks into a strategic contributor. It is the absolute foundation of a long and truly impactful career.
So look, you have the blueprint for your specific role, and now you have the map of the entire ecosystem. The only question left to answer is how are you going to connect the dots and make your mark?